Thank you, Rihanna. My name is Sanjay Sharma, and I'm the Director of Partnerships and Business Development at HP. And my role is to work with partners, specifically ISVs, and help them be successful with all things cloud at HP. So that's my role. And thank you all for coming. I'm really excited to be here. And HP is getting more involved in SIIA now. We are a board member. And as a company, we look forward to working with all the members to participate, learn, and help drive success. So the title of the presentation was a little narrow, but given the fact that in the last week or two, we have made a number of significant announcements in the cloud space, I'm going to go a little broader and cover that as well. So what I'm going to talk about in this presentation is HP Helion. So HP Helion is a portfolio of products and services that makes it easier for organizations to build, consume, and manage workloads in a hybrid environment. So that's a mouthful. It took me like 10 minutes to memorize that. So let me try and break this down. So the basic idea is that it's a portfolio of product and services. So it's not just products, it's not just public cloud. HP is all about driving and helping drive cloud into the enterprise. So it needs products and services. And then it's really about the organization. So it's about helping enterprises adopt cloud, which is really the big thing. It's kind of natural for startups to go to the cloud, for early stage companies to go to the cloud. But how do we together drive adoption in the enterprise? That's sort of the challenge that we are after. And it is all about the workloads. So different workloads will be right for different types of clouds. And then it's really about hybrid. It's public, private, and managed, all of the above. So HP Helion is a new brand name that covers all existing cloud effort at HP and all the new stuff that's coming up. So what does that mean for you? So if you are an enterprise or a service provider in this room, we would love to work with you and participate in your journey to the cloud with our with our portfolio of cloud products and services. And if you are an ISV in the room, over time, there is an increasing opportunity to work with HP as we work with our enterprise customers and drive cloud adoption. So as HP, we are really focused on the enterprise, and we have a lot of conversations with enterprise IT. You all know, in the last few years, the environment for enterprise IT folks is becoming more and more challenging. And the business side of the house looks to the IT as being a business partner, as being an internal service provider, as being an entity that helps them be more competitive and agile in being able to offer infrastructure and services quickly. It's no longer a cost center. Now, while that is happening, at the same time, there is a whole new paradigm of mobile workers and BYOD and the users in the enterprise getting used to consumer applications and expecting enterprise applications to be as user-friendly. So the IT has to deal with all of that. And then at the same time, there is a problem they have to deal with, the problem of scale, which is the growth in applications, the growth in data, the growth in infrastructure. So all of that is growing. So to be able to manage all that and be able to deliver to the expectation of being an internal service provider, what the IT needs to do is move to a new style of IT. And of course, cloud is a part of that, but it's really a journey because there is cloud and then there is beyond cloud. It's really an evolution. So some of the IT challenges, just to restate them, business is looking for immediate access to IT services. And obviously, everybody wants immediate access to everything. What has changed is that there are easy alternatives. So if businesses ask for it and IT says no, the business has alternative. That's what has changed. They can go to their favorite SaaS provider or they can go to their favorite public cloud. And from a CIO perspective, the CIO is pushing IT to have a clear cloud strategy. And then, as with a combination of IT and business applications getting hybrid, the surface area of application increases, and the attackers get more sophisticated anyway. So the IT has to deal with a more risky and a diverse security footprint. And IT has to do all of this while their budgets are not going up. So the cost is still a constraint and sometimes going down. So IT is dealing with all of those challenges. Now, a lot of these enterprises are not new businesses. They are legacy businesses. They have been around for a while. They have legacy infrastructures. They have traditional applications running on traditional infrastructures. Many of those applications won't even move to a public or private cloud anytime soon. So what really needs to happen, some of those applications, it's perfectly okay for them to stay on the traditional infrastructure for a significant period of time, while some of them can move to a public or a private cloud, and enterprises can deal with all the greenfield applications in a completely new, different way. So as an end result, what we believe is that the IT today evolves into a hybrid IT, and the idea of hybrid IT is managing traditional, public, private, managed, all those business models. And as IT evolves to that paradigm, there are two new big challenges that it creates. One is the challenge of security. So you have a much bigger footprint, much bigger surface area, and managing security, having all the access controls, and being able to ensure compliance in this distributed environment becomes more complicated. And you can't bolt it, you have to build it in. So that's one challenge. The other challenge is challenge of management. That once you have these applications running in diverse environments, if you look at a transaction going across multiple tiers of an application, making sure that you can still manage performance, you can still manage availability, becomes a bigger challenge. So as enterprise IT evolves into hybrid IT, those are some of the specific new challenges they have to deal with. And then cloud is now. I mean, it keeps changing, it keeps evolving. So the way we see the future, right now, we are thinking of hybrid, and the future is multi-cloud. Each enterprise will have different applications running in different clouds. Then the role of IT, for them to be successful, changes into a service broker. Business comes to IT and says, I need something, and their role is to enable that. Very different from operating infrastructure. And then with the whole DevOps and CI/CD scenario, there would need to be a much greater alignment between developers and IT. And in terms of our product portfolio and product strategy and what we are building, those are some of the things that we are focusing on. So let's talk about a little bit more about HP Helion. So as I said earlier, HP Helion is a new brand. It is a portfolio of products and services that helps organizations build, consume, and manage workloads in a hybrid and IT environment. And today, we have over 2,000 enterprises who are using HP Helion, mostly in private and hybrid cloud construct. So private, either private or private and public. And if you look at this list of customers on the right side, these are across verticals, these are across geographies. These are governments, service providers, enterprises across verticals, US, EMEA, and APAC. So there is a global footprint of customers, enterprises, using Helion in a significant way. So diving a little bit deeper into the nuts and bolts of Helion, one of the things that's unique about Helion is it is built on the OpenStack common architecture. And that is pretty significant. And I'm sure a lot of you know what OpenStack is and where it is going. we believe that OpenStack has a huge potential to be the OS for the cloud, because the way OpenStack is getting built and the kind of energy, the energy of the community and developers it has behind it, the growth and development in OpenStack is very rapid. And it reminds you of what happened with Linux some time back. There is a lot of parallel in terms of community getting involved and building something out. HP made a bet on OpenStack very early, and we built one of the largest public clouds on OpenStack. Now, that gives us a lot of experience in being able to harden OpenStack, in being able to run it at scale, and also in being able to contribute back to the community. We are one of the largest contributors of code to OpenStack, and we are also leading, among with other companies, the whole community to evolve and make OpenStack better, faster. So sometime back, in the last 2 weeks, we made 2 significant announcements around OpenStack. The first announcement we made is that HP will invest $1 billion in OpenStack over the next 2 years. So that was one announcement. The second announcement we made is, just like we did for Linux in the past, HP will indemnify its customers with no cap for use of OpenStack. And these 2 things are really important, and they're very significant, because we believe that OpenStack has reached a level of maturity that it is ready for enterprise adoption. And HP, with its root in the enterprise, can help facilitate and drive that. So moving forward, OpenStack becomes the common architecture for HP portfolio of products across private cloud, managed private cloud, managed VPC, and public cloud, and all of the above, right? So the benefit of that is threefold. One is it's an open architecture. Second, it's a secure architecture, and it's agile. So it's open in the sense, being built on OpenStack, think about it, it's the same common set of APIs across private, managed, public. And that's significant in terms of making it easier for customers and enterprises who are operating in a hybrid environment and want to ensure workload portability. Second is, since it's based on open source, OpenStack is based on open source, it has all the advantages that open source software has. First is, the open source stuff by default gets built to a much wider set of use cases, because there is community that's participating in building an open source software. So it isn't built to the requirements of a few product managers in a single company. It's built to the requirements of the community. So it's a much more diverse set of requirements. Second is, given that it's open, by default it's more secure, because it's more visible. It's not security by obscurity. It's really visible, and it's more secure. And the other thing is that we believe enterprises are at a stage where being open source matters, because they don't want to be locked in, and it's a positive. So let's talk about security. So I talked about HP betting early on OpenStack, taking OpenStack, putting it in the public cloud. And for any of you who are a service provider who's operated a public cloud or a large web infrastructure, you realize the kind of security attacks you get on a daily basis on that infrastructure. So we have had the expertise and the experience of hardening OpenStack, running it in a public cloud, and making it secure and scalable in a public cloud construct. And given HP's vast portfolio of security products, we are able to add tools for visibility, control, compliance, and governance. So security is the second big advantage. And the third is agility. So what we are doing is we are taking this OpenStack that we hardened in the public cloud, and we are building packaged solutions that enterprises can deploy quickly to construct their private clouds. And that creates agility for the enterprise. And the second is, given that it's all built on open source construct, and you would find that as a common theme for HP in the cloud moving forward, and you'll see more announcements coming out down the road. So open source is going to be a continuing theme. And that, again, accelerates innovation and helps bring down the price point. So what makes Helion unique? First is that it is enterprise grade, given security. One is security, and second is services. Because a lot of times we have seen that the technology is ready, but it takes its own time in penetrating the enterprise. And what we are doing is making sure we are offering services around OpenStack to drive adoption in enterprise. So what makes it enterprise grade is a combination of security and services. Second is that we are building a comprehensive portfolio for hybrid IT, private, public, managed. And we have multiple delivery models around these three different paradigms. And then I think the most important thing is unified management. Because once you're running hybrid IT as an enterprise, and you've got public, private, managed, and you've got applications running in different environment, you need to have the management tools to be able to manage these diverse set of applications from a single console. If you're a developer, you need to have the tools to build your applications and be able to deploy them in different constructs and be able to move them around. And then also, if you're a developer, you're looking for very simple and consistent user experience across public, private, and managed. And given that OpenStack is the foundation and is common across all three, ensures that. So unified management is another unique advantage of this approach. So talking about some of the popular use cases for Helion, it's pretty much anybody who's a service provider or a government or an enterprise. You could be a government agency building a highly secure private cloud, or you could be a service provider moving from a hosted environment to offering public cloud type services and building an OpenStack-based cloud, or you could be a global 1,000 company trying to become a service provider for your internal business. So in all those use cases, Helion would be an appropriate solution. So going a little bit more into details, I want to just touch upon the product portfolio around Helion. So the first is integrated cloud solutions. So one of the things that we've been offering as a product is cloud systems. And cloud systems is a combination of network, storage, servers, all the cloud software, management software in a box that an enterprise can use to build to deploy a private cloud and build it rapidly. And now cloud systems is available with OpenStack. So that's the integrated cloud solution for somebody who's trying to build a private cloud. Below that is managed services. If you're an enterprise and you're not looking to build your own cloud, but you want somebody else to manage it, it could be an infrastructure as a service on-prem you want HP to manage. It could be an infrastructure as a service off-prem that you want HP to manage. Or it's beyond infrastructure. You're just looking for managed applications. In all those scenarios, as a part of Helion portfolio, HP can work with you to offer managed services. The third is public cloud and SaaS. So we talked about private, we talked about managed, and the third is public. So we are right now offering public cloud based on OpenStack, one of the largest, and then we have significant plans in the next 18 months to expand that. The other new thing that we announced a couple of weeks back was OpenStack as software. So HP, if you are a developer or if you are an ISV and you just want to get software, you don't want the whole hardware and networking and storage because you already got all that stuff. So we are now offering HP Helion OpenStack community, which is OpenStack software, hardened by HP, and it's community edition, and the license is free, and it scales up to 30 nodes and about 600 VMs. So that's something that's available now. The two blocks that you see on the right side, the first one is cloud services and infrastructure. So that's the management piece. So HP Automation and CSA is the software that you can use to manage applications and manage cloud in this hybrid IT environment. And below that is professional services. So a complete suite of modular professional services around OpenStack. So that's the portfolio of products around HP Helion. And what's really important for HP, HP is a very partner-driven company. It's a very partner-centric company. Partners are who really created the company and made it successful. So all of these solutions are available through resellers, through cloud service providers, and through technology and consulting partners. And Partner One is the HP umbrella program where partners can join, interact, and work with HP. So just a quick detail on each of these products in the portfolio. HP Cloud Systems, so that's the market leading. So HP was ranked by Forrester as #1 in private cloud. So HP Cloud System is the market leading private cloud solution, and it's pre-integrated. So you buy storage, compute, software, all of that together, and you can build your private cloud. And some of the interesting things about cloud systems is, one is it comes with 200 plus HP cloud maps, and these are application templates. So if you're a developer, you want to deploy your application quickly, you can use these templates for rapid deployment of your applications and get your favorite end-tier stack quickly. Then also, through the Cloud Systems Management Console, you can manage not only private and public cloud deployments in the OpenStack HP construct, but you can also manage applications, and it bursts to AWS and Azure. So there is the multi-cloud element starting to come in that you can already see in HP Helion. The second is, if you are a customer, you're just looking for software, then what is available today is a preview version of OpenStack Community Edition from HP, which goes into GA next month. And it's a free license. You can go download it. Scales up to 30 nodes. And then this version is closed to trunk. It changes every 6 weeks. So if you're somebody, you're looking for the latest OpenStack that's hardened, then this is the place to go. And this is the first OpenStack distribution from HP. It's latest, it's Icehouse, it uses OOO for installation. So it's all standard OpenStack construct. And then moving forward to add value to the enterprise, because enterprise, when they deploy OpenStack with production applications, they would want support. So we are offering foundation care for the community edition, which is the free edition. And with the foundation care, you get 24/7 support on OpenStack. You get advisory support, you get operational support, and also you get the indemnity that I talked about earlier. So significant value for the enterprise to deploy OpenStack with confidence. And then moving forward, you'll hear more announcements in this space. There is a plan in the second half of the year to release a commercial edition of the same distribution. So the third thing I'm going to talk about is the public cloud. And the existing public cloud, which is built on OpenStack, has all the things that you would typically expect from a public cloud. It's pay-as-you-go, it's credit card payments, all the standard stuff. It has the basic infrastructure as a service options, like compute, object storage, block storage, CDN. It has the basic platform services like DBaaS, LBaaS, monitoring. And one of the interesting things that's in beta is application platform as a service. So the other thing that HP did some time back is became an advisory board member in Cloud Foundry. And what we have right now is an alpha version of Cloud Foundry that's available in the public cloud. And the other thing that we announced a week or two back is a forward-looking plan to build a dev platform based on Cloud Foundry. So just think about that. A combination of Linux and OpenStack and Cloud Foundry. I mean, that combination is really very powerful. In terms of expansion of the public cloud footprint, right now we have 2 data centers in the US that run OpenStack-based public cloud. As a company, we have about 80 or more data centers from which we offer managed cloud services. And we also announced a plan 2 weeks back that over the next 18 months, we are going to be lighting up another 20 of these data centers with OpenStack. So that's going to really expand over the next 18 months our OpenStack-based public cloud footprint across geographies. And that's the advantage of being a part of a big company, that there is existing data centers that are already there, and the incremental effort to light up those data centers with Helion OpenStack is relatively less, and we can get there faster, having already built public cloud on OpenStack and operated it for a while. So 2 big things. One is around Cloud Foundry for developers, and then the other one is the expansion of the OpenStack-based public cloud footprint itself. So I won't spend a lot of time on this. So in terms of managed cloud, if you're a customer looking for managed business applications like Microsoft CRM, SAP, Oracle, or you're looking for workplace applications, or just infrastructure as a service, HP can offer all the managed cloud services, as well as professional services associated, if you need them, for application transformation that might be required alongside managed cloud services. Now, this is another big one that we announced 2 weeks back. We are building a whole professional and support services practice around OpenStack. And it's 7 different services. And these are all modular. And depending on where an enterprise is in their adoption and maturity model around OpenStack, we have the right experts to help them move along and deploy OpenStack. And services is once again a very big element, because it's not just about building technology and offering it to the enterprise. It doesn't get adopted quickly that way. It's really services and support that are going to drive adoption. So just to summarize, we believe that the requirements of the next frontier is really driving cloud into the enterprise, and the requirements of enterprise are very diverse. And you indeed need a portfolio this complex, this robust, and this wide to be able to drive and support adoption of cloud in the enterprise. And we believe that we have a clear strategy, and we have the customer momentum and customer relationships to deliver solutions that enterprises can rely on for their cloud journey. So here are some customer examples. 20th Century Fox, they're using our help, typical enterprise, managing existing traditional applications, as well as using HP to move some of their existing and greenfield workloads into private cloud. So that's a typical enterprise example. Franklin Covey is another example, and they're using private cloud solutions, cloud systems, to build their own private cloud. Now, talking a little bit more about ISVs. So we work with ISVs across the board. We partner with ISVs for private cloud. We partner with ISVs for the public cloud. And the list of ISVs that you see here are the ones we've worked with over the last 18 months to help them integrate with OpenStack on the HP public cloud. And this is a specific program where an ISV can come in and get capacity from us and get our help to integrate with OpenStack and run on HP's public cloud. And over the next 6 to 12 months, we are going to be expanding this program, the OpenStack, ISV OpenStack specific program, to drive more opportunities and more options for ISVs. So look for more announcements in this space down the road. So just to summarize as a call to action, so if you're interested in OpenStack, you can go today to this link and download the preview version of OpenStack from HP. Then early June, we have our annual customer event in the US, which is in Vegas. And there's going to be a lot more specific news coming out about cloud and products and roadmap at the show. So tune in, be there, or dial in and access that additional information that's coming. And then if you are a service provider or an enterprise and you want to engage today and you're looking for a specific private cloud solution, or you want to sit down and whiteboard with architects, then you can send an email to helioncommunity@hp.com and get engaged with the serious tech folks and start working with them directly. So that's all I have in my presentation today. Once again, thanks for your time. And you can learn more about all this at hp.com/helion. And my email address is sanjay.sharma2@hp.com. If there is anything I can do to help within the HP system, shoot me an email. And we look forward to working with you. Thanks again.